Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to your twin flame reading. This reading is typically for twin flames in separation. However, take what resonates. Roles may be reversed in these readings. So let's get right into your reading. Let's see what the channeled messages are from your twin flame. Channeled message from your twin flame. Also, please be advised that there are several imposter Instagram accounts that are pretending to be me. So they could be following you, they could be reaching out, asking you for a reading, asking you for a payment. Please be safe. Please report and block these scammer accounts. Thank you all so very much. Message from your twin flame. Message from your twin flame. Message from your twin flame. Okay. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Three of Swords. Lots of swords in this message. So these are the words that are being channeled from your twin flame. So I've been wanting to communicate with you for so long. And every time I want to reach out to you, something stops me. Either I get interrupted or distracted, or something stops me from reaching out to you. But there's so much that I want to say, and I want to speak my truth. I want to tell you how I feel. And I guess it's just fear. Fear of looking silly when I tell you how I feel, when I tell you how I feel about you. I'm worried, and I guess that's what holds me back, because I think that when I express my feelings to you, that you might just laugh in my face, or you won't believe me, or it could trigger some anger within you. So these are like reasons why I don't send that text or leave that message or send you what I have been wanting to send you. Because when I look at you and I see you happy, I think to myself, maybe you're happy without me. Maybe you don't need me. Maybe you don't want me. And so these are also the thoughts that I have when it comes to reaching out to you. Because the worst thing for me to find out about you is that you're happy without me. That would crush me. And to find out that you moved on, that you're in love with someone else, these are all the things that stop me from reaching out to you. But something within me tries every day, and I say, okay, today's the day I'm going to reach out. Something in me, even when I've given up on trying to reach out to you, the next day it's like all over again. Okay, what am I going to say? How do I say it? And it's just this ongoing thing that goes on in my head when it comes to you. I'm always thinking of you. You always are on my mind. And even when I'm busy, even when I'm distracted, you're still there. You're in the back of my mind. And everything seems to remind me of you. Just when I think I've quieted my mind and I have a break from thinking of you, something will remind me of you. I'll hear your name. I'll see your name. I'll see a photo of you. And then it's just, it all starts over again. But I really want to clear the air between us because I'm tired of having this sadness that I feel. And I really think it's time for us to put the past behind us and heal and forgive one another. So I'm really hoping that when I do press send, that my message will be received in the way that it's intended, to make peace with you, to put the past behind us so that we can finally start over again. So please know that I say this with love, because after all this time, all there is love. And it's only the love that keeps me thinking of you. It's the love that keeps us connected over time, space, distance. So please know that I'm doing as much as I can to also let go of the past so that I can reach out to you in a way that is healing for both of us. So that is your channeled message. So that's beautiful. So with all these swords, it's like they have all these thoughts, and it's kind of overriding your twin flames' love, which is preventing them from communicating with you or from telling you how they really feel. It's like they're looking for every excuse in the book to not tell you how they feel because they fear that you don't feel the same. So that is very powerful. Very powerful. I love it. So I'm going to just set these over here, and let's carry on with where are you at? How are you guys doing with your just where you're at, what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, how you've been feeling. Let's see where you are at. And also, please be advised that I will be posting an extended reading to this that will be available by clicking the link below. So these popped out and we have a lot here. Okay. Lots of messages coming out. The universe wants you to know. Okay. So we have I want to say this is the devil card. This is a devil card. We have I want to say this is we have this card. It's not labeled like how it usually is, and it's not coming to me, but what's important is the message behind it for you. So I'm just going to go with the messages that I pick up. This is beautiful. I can tell this is the Lover's card. Plus it's the number 6. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 4 of Pentacles. And we have the 4 of Cups. So with the 4s, I do see forward movement. And I want to say that not only is your twin flame being triggered by fears, but your insecurities are also being triggered. When you don't hear from your twin flame, when they're preoccupied and busy, it triggers your insecurities to the past. But what I love seeing it here is that you're moving past that. You're letting go of that pattern where if you didn't hear from your twin flame, it's like you get all flustered and worried and overly concerned. But now you're more at peace that, sure, it may trigger you when you don't hear from your twin flame, but you're able to deal with it in much more healthier ways. And I'm seeing with, I'm going to look up what this card is. Sorry, just give me one sec. I'm getting like this self-reflection and also, I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, temperance card. So I'm getting like you're going within and you're reflecting, you're spending time, and you're more like, you're more balanced, you're more steady when it comes to your connection. Even when you feel triggered, even when these emotions come up, overall, you're not like up and down. It doesn't feel like you're on this roller coaster as much as before. And what I'm seeing here is that you are being drawn in to really connect with yourself. So connecting with yourself, say for example, tuning in and checking in with yourself, maybe even checking in with your inner child, maybe doing things that are more fun and more playful and more happy. Maybe you're doing things that really align you with your joy and with your happiness. You're tuning in and you're doing things that really reflect taking better care of yourself and really having this self-care. And within these energies, you're finding that you feel more at peace with your twin flame. You don't know how, you don't know why. And you could have all these thoughts from the past, like insecurity, worry, even resentment maybe. But overall, you're more at peace with them because you are finding yourself more at peace within. So this is amazing. And I see the self-care with the Four of Pentacles. So you're doing things for you, you're taking care of yourself, you're supporting yourself in ways that you need. So if that is with finances or your career or your work schedule or your physical health or your mental, emotional well-being, you're focusing on that more and less focus on your twin flame not being able to give you what you want. I see this as you filling your own cup of love, not relying so heavily on your twin flame to be there for you, to love you when you want love. It's like your self-love, your self-soothing is like overriding your need to say, love me, love me, love me, which ironically brings you closer to union. And when you go within, you can actually feel like you're closer to your twin flame, like things feel more peaceful, more harmonious, and you're like, how is this even possible? And it's amazing because we feel this when we are in physical separation. It's to familiarize us with that feeling of interconnectedness, so that it doesn't matter what your twin flame is doing in the 3D world. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you always feel that connection. So you're doing this time apart is helping you to realize this and feel this, so that when you come into actual union, it doesn't matter what's happening. It doesn't matter what they're doing or what they're saying. You always feel connected when you go within. When you go within, you have access to the truth. And the truth is that there's just love there. So you're also letting go of not speaking the truth. You are no longer in denial of your emotions, especially when it comes to your twin flame. You're like, even if I'm upset at my twin flame, even if I'm disappointed or frustrated, I know that I still have deep love for my twin flame. So again, it's getting you in the practice of being this way, so that when you come into union, no matter what they do, or if they hurt you mistakenly or mess up somehow the way we do in the 3D reality, you're more in the knowing of the truth. That it doesn't matter what they say anymore. It doesn't even matter what they do anymore, because you know the truth of your connection. Everything that's happening now is for you to get in touch with that feeling of truth, that you and your twin flame are one, no matter what. That you can access this truth when you go within. So you have access to this truth. It's always available to you when you tap within yourself. When you tap into that inner source of love, you just know that your twin flame loves you. And with the Four of Cups, you may be a little focused on the fact that they're not in your life the way you want them to. But the universe is showing you that even though this may seem like the truth, the reality is that you are together already. It's just a matter of time before it happens in the 3D reality. So the universe is giving you like signs along the way, guideposts, reminding you that you are always one with your twin flame, despite what is happening in the 3D realm. So this is amazing. You're overcoming a lot. You're being different because you just feel somehow more at peace. And the only time that you feel troubled is when you're in your head and all these thoughts come up, all these thoughts that are triggered by what's happening in the 3D. They trigger these rampant thoughts that are often your fears, and they tend to confuse you. But when you drop into the heart space, you know what the truth is and you're just calm. So I find that with the Lover's card, that you are connecting within, which is connecting you more to your twin flame. That's beautiful. I also heard with a devil card, like I heard temptation. And again, I think I said this a couple of weeks ago or last month in a reading that when you're getting really close to union, you feel it. There's going to be this temptation to give up. And that's like with any goal or any dream that we have. Sometimes we tend to sabotage the good that we're creating because feelings of undeservingness come up that we're unaware of, that come up unconsciously and sabotage our efforts. So you may be tempted to stray, to do something drastic like return to your ex or hook up with someone new or test the waters and sign into your dating app. You might ask someone out for a coffee date because it's there, it's lingering because you're close to union. But these temptations are like all around you, and there's this feeling like, I just want to give in. I just want to see what happens. It's like you want to test the waters. You want to test your twin flame connection when you go out for drinks with this new attractive person. You're testing the waters, like, what's going to happen if I push this button and I go on this date? What's going to happen with the universe, with their twin flame connection? And somehow you're expecting that it's going to bring you closer. I don't know, but when I tune into that vibe, it just pushes union further because your energy is dabbling in someone else. It could be someone you're currently with or someone you currently have a crush on or has a crush on you, and you're like, let's just see what happens. And it's funny because this is the first card that came up, and it's interesting how I read the rest of the cards and then the universe brought me back to this and said, oh yeah, mention that. What? It was going so well, and then oops, temptation. Very interesting. Comment below, temptation. What kind of temptations have come up for you? And it may not even be a person. It could be like, I've been thinking of moving to another country that's like halfway around the world from my twin flame, and they may not have access to me anymore. That kind of thing maybe. Or say if you like work together and then you change careers. Like you're thinking about that. You're tempted to do that because you just want something to give. Like something's gotta give. I know that feeling. That's this feeling right here. That's the devil card. That's a devil energy. It's throwing something else in the mix. Something that's surrounding you. Like say you have someone that's interested in you and it never occurred to you before to pursue that, but all of a sudden, for some reason, they're on your mind. And you're like, maybe I'll ask them out on a date. And you're like, what? So like there's this debate going on. And it's because you're close to union. That's interesting. I'm interested in seeing what the comments are going to be about where you are. Because I'm really tuning into this, and I really feel like there is this temptation to just like press pause on your twin flame connection and go down a different path because it's exciting, because maybe things have felt like they were going stale with your twin flame. There's not much excitement going on. So you're going to like detour and reroute your direction and meet up with your twin flame at a later date. That's okay too. But I'm curious to see how many are going to give in to this temptation and how many are aware of some kind of temptation going on. Interesting. I did not see that coming. When I read that card, I'm like, okay, this is good. And then the universe right away brought me back because there's something else going on with this energy. That's why it came up as the first card. I'm just a messenger. Please don't shoot me. Where's your twin flame at? Where's your twin flame at? I'm getting right away that as soon as you like are in that temptation vibration, first I thought, well, it would make sense if they are going through the same thing. But let's see what comes up in the cards. Where's your twin flame at? Where's your twin flame at on the journey? Because this is craziness. What the heck is happening? Temptation. It's like the minute you let your guard down, boom. Someone's texting you, someone's calling you, you meet somebody new that all of a sudden there's a connection you're attracted to. And you're like, really? Okay, we have too many here, but I guess we're going to take them all. So where is your twin flame at? This is a lot, and let's just see what we have here. We have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, like just like the beginning of the reading, they're thinking of what they didn't say to you. They're thinking of what they need to say to you. And you're like, can you hurry it up here? Because, like, nothing's happening. They're deliberating, they're debating, they're like pushing it off to the, to tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and they're pushing it off to the next day. And you're like, I'm not waiting around for this. I'm just going to go in for that temptation. Seven of Cups. Yeah, so they may have like a lot of distractions as well. And it just seems like it's because you're close to union that you're being tempted and they're having all these distractions, like the phone ringing, someone's at the door, they have deliveries they have to sign for, they have to, order stuff, they have to unpackage stuff, they have to, do their grocery shopping. It's like every little thing comes up, which they get distracted and they're like, oh yeah, I was supposed to think about what I want to say, and your message gets put to the bottom of the to-do list. They have a lot that they're dealing with, but the connection between the two of you is still so strong that like they're thinking of you like every day. And I love the Sun card because they want their happily ever after with you. They want their true love. They've gone off the path only to realize that they want you and that you're just as important as everything else that they were running after. Because when they were running after things like success or health or goals or whatever they were doing, they were running away from you. But that running away just brought them back to square one, and they're realizing, yeah, their happily ever after includes you. So they're wanting their happily ever after. They're wanting their true love, and they know that they want to have it with you. So I love the Sun card because the Sun card is a powerful card of happiness and happily ever after. So they're wanting this now with you. They're making this more of a priority than they have been in the past. Then we have the King of Wands. So I feel like this was said in the last reading, maybe, that I think King of Wands came up. This fiery passion for you has been reignited, and it's like they are just lit up with desire and passion for you, and you're like, where? You're like, what? Yeah. They're just doing a really good job of hiding it from you, but they're lit up. Because like the universe, you could see there's like an angel back there really guiding your twin flame, like communicate with them, like open up. And they're just like, you know, hiding this desire for you. And so they may be using that fire that is for you, but they're channeling it into projects or work, or they're having like extra energy to get more done because it's this passion for you. This passion is meant for you. It's meant to be directed to you, but they're channeling it into other things. We have the Six of Cups, which says memories, childhood, nostalgia. And I feel like their inner child is being pulled in your direction. So your inner child or inner teenager is pulling their inner child, inner teenager. And they just want to reconnect. They just want to play and have fun. Stay up all night and do whatever the heck they want. They want to not have to follow the rules and not abide by the rules anymore. So there is this, you're being drawn to one another. They're being drawn to you. Their inner teenagers like saying, yeah, let's run away. Let's run away together. Six of Swords. So I'm getting that they're worried that you're moving on. See, when you're thinking temptation, they're like, they can feel it. They can feel that you might be pulled into temptation. So there is this, like they're going through all these emotions of like insecure that you're gonna take off, that you've moved on, which is also preventing them from sending you any kind of message. Because if you're with someone, or if you've like they just think that you've moved on to another person. That's why they're being held back. Then we have the Knight of Water, which is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, see, they want this romance with you. They want to have this romance with you, but they're afraid you've moved on. They can sense you like kind of tiptoeing around a temptation. So they're like, I don't want to put myself out there, and then my twin flame's just going to, I'm just going to find out that they've strayed or that they're with someone else. So that's where they're at. And you're like, are you sure things are moving forward? And I'm like, yeah, I have to think about that. Are things moving forward? Because I saw that they were moving forward for you, but I see, like, for them, despite their insecurities, that they want union with you. And that's what this Sun card is. It's like the happily ever after. So despite what's going on in their head, their heart is leading the way. So it's kind of like you're waiting for each other. Like what you do, you're waiting on them, and they're waiting on you. We're so silly as humans, you know? It's like, why do we do this stuff? It's because we're human. It's our human tendencies. So all of this stuff really is coming from our ego aspect side of ourselves. When we drop into our heart, we're more in alignment with our true self, which will rise above all this. So that's one way that twin flames can rise above, is just staying true to your heart and staying, like, tapping into your true self. I'm so curious what's coming up in the extended, because it's like, oh my gosh, who's being tempted out there? I'm so curious to find out who's actually tempted, who actually followed temptation and, went on that date with someone new or someone from your past. Okay, so let us see. What do you need to overcome to get into union? What do you need to overcome so that both of you can just come into union already? This one. What do you both need to overcome in order to come into union already? Then we'll get into guidance and what is coming up for both of you. And in the extended reading, we will get more into specific messages from your twin flame and from the universe about union. So in the extended, we're going to talk about your union. Okay. What do you have to overcome to come into union? Okay, so we have the King of Swords. So what I'm getting right away is the perception that someone is getting in the way of your connection. Because in truth, no matter what your situation is, there is nothing between you. It's an illusion that one of you or both of you are creating because of a fear of actually coming into union. So you created another person who you think is preventing you from being together. And even if that were true, it really has no power over twin flame connection. It's all in your belief. It's all in your belief. If you really believe that someone has the power to come in between you and your divine counterpart, then so be it. So, shh. Don't even think it. Don't even think it. It's not true. It's not true. It is completely illusion that someone or that there's an external force that's keeping you in separation. I posted on my Instagram about the Matrix, one of my favorite movies ever since it first came out. My mind was literally, and when the last installment came out, I was literally in tears because it is about a twin flame story. But my point is, illusion. The Matrix, the whole story and premise is that we live in illusion. We chose to come here. So I want to say quickly, it's like, for those of you who are familiar with video games, I love video games. And so you sign in and you play the game. It's just like life. We chose out of desire for expansion, expanding your consciousness through experience. You signed up for the video game of earth life. And when you're in the game, you forget about everything else where you came from because you're so immersed in the game. So just like, forgetting, you forget that you and your twin flame chose to come into this life and play this video game of life where you would have these obstacles and you would try to help each other survive through love. So there is no such thing as an actual block. There is none. They appear so that you're up for the challenge of remembering, oh yeah, we're playing this game and we're doing it to expand consciousness and to remember who we are and to remember that love is all that exists. So this person, and it doesn't have to be a male figure, it could be male, female, it could be a situation, it could be a child, a family member, a work situation, whatever it is, it's an illusion. So we let go of that, done, we get closer to union. Yay! We have the High Priestess. All of you are super, super intuitive to the point where you have psychic abilities. And I'll give you a prime example. I never knew this when I was growing up, but something was telling me that my dad was psychic because he always knew when I was lying. And I'm like, it got me to be such a good liar to even believe my own lies because I didn't want to get in trouble because my dad was super strict. Anyway, I'm trying not to digress, but I'm just saying my whole life, I never knew how psychic my dad was because he knew exactly, he called me out, would call me out on my lies all the time, even as an adult, even as a grown-ass woman, he would still call me out because he sees the truth. And my dad would never admit that he's psychic or intuitive, not ever. At least not openly or even to himself. But he's super intuitive, but he doesn't think he is because he's really caught up in the illusion of 3D life and the 3D world and the Matrix. God bless him. He has a very strong spiritual sense, but he still does not think he's intuitive. So I'm saying this because for those of you who don't think you are intuitive, you are. And this is the denial of you being in acceptance of how intuitive you are, because you know stuff and you don't even know how you know stuff. You know stuff about your twin flame, and that's why you watch these readings and other readers, because they just confirm what you already know. I'm just a messenger, as I mentioned, from the universe, confirming what you already know. So when you're in denial of this, then of course it's going to put you in separation because you're doubting what you know. You're doubting that they're your twin flame. You're doubting that they love you. You're doubting union. So this is what's going to bring you into union when you start believing in your ability to perceive beyond the five senses. Believe in your ability. Because I'm pretty sure when it comes down to it, the reason why these readings resonate is because you already knew it. Like you felt it. And maybe you couldn't put it into words, but that's like where I come in. That's my job. I put it into words. It's beautiful. This says renewal. Reflection, self-evaluation, rebirth. So I want to say that you are somewhat hindering your progression into union, because for the most part, your path to union is about your rebirth. So you being rebirthed into who you're truly meant to be, who you truly are outside of this video game called life. You're meant to, in the video game, become awakened to the truth that you're just playing this video game. It's kind of like I'm a fan of Ryan Reynolds, and one of his movies that I really enjoyed and love is, what's it called? It's the one where he's in a video game. Comment below. It'll come back to me. I had it just on the tip of my tongue. Not the guy, because in the movie he's referred to as the guy or something. What is it? Okay, it'll come back to me. I'll comment. I'll put it in the caption so that you can watch the movie, because it's totally what our experience is, and we become awakened in the game. So when you're avoiding being awakened within the game of 3D, then that's what's stopping your union, because you're stopping yourself from truly awakening and rebirthing to being that higher dimensional self that's in this video game. So when you fully accept that you're multi-dimensional, that you are intuitive, that you are majestic and sovereign and super powerful, that's you awakening to your true self. And when you're like being your small self, your ego self in 3D, then that is keeping you in separation. So by being your sovereign self, boom, union, happily ever after, the end. We have another Lover's card. So as I mentioned earlier, as you get closer and closer to union, one of you or both of you will have the tendency to go back to sleep. So in the Matrix, it's like they fall asleep because they forget, right? They forget, they just think that they're in the Matrix. So one of you or both of you are pressing the snooze button because you're like, well, I'm preoccupied with 3D and with my ego self, so I'm just going to press snooze and stay in this state of mind. So when you stop pressing snooze and you wake up, that's going to bring you back into union. So I feel like it's all saying the same thing, but just in different ways. It's cool though. Everything happens for a reason. The fact that I don't know how it came across the Matrix for me to post it, but it was the universe. So I was getting ready to do this reading, and the universe kept giving me messages like, of the Matrix. I'm like, well, okay, maybe I'll watch it again. Maybe there's more messages for me. But then I really got, oh, okay, it is like a twin flame story. So then I posted it. So the universe really wanted to get this matrix out to you, but this message of the matrix out to you. So by waking up, we awaken out of the matrix and into the truth of who and what we are, which will bring you into union. Because just like the matrix is all about separation. When we're out of the matrix, we remember that we're all one. And I say this with love. So much love. Okay. Oh. Okay. So what is coming up for you both? What is coming up for both of you on the journey? What's coming up for both of you? What's coming up for both of you? I have a feeling like the extended is going to be like on fire. Like I'm just getting messages that the universe is like get this message out. I'm like, okay, gotta get ready first. I gotta have my coffee. Hold on. What's coming up for you? The universe just has so much for you to know that you already know, but like the universe is like reminders. These are like reminders on your cell phone, reminders on your calendar. Hello, union. Remember you guys agreed that you would have union at some point and not be so distracted with life and the video game of life. What's coming up for you? Oh, that's why. The universe is telling me to use this card deck. So I got a bunch of new cards to start off, card decks to start the new year. So a fresh new start. So the universe is saying use this deck. Okay, so what's coming up for you? What's coming up for you in your twin flame? Because it's very exciting. The universe is like getting all hot and bothered with all these messages that the universe wants you to know. Hot and bothered. Hot and bothered. Are you guys feeling hot and bothered? I don't know why I keep saying that. Okay. What have we got here? So yeah, these are new card decks, so it takes me a while to kind of like tune in and get the messages. So what I'm seeing here is that I didn't even do guidance, so I'm gonna just mix it in with the guidance. These boundaries that you needed to put into place because of what happened before. And this was more for not to keep love out, not to keep your twin flame out, but so that you could have the space needed to grow, expand, and heal and feel safe, because you had to do that on your own. So that's what is coming down now, are the boundaries. Because when we have boundaries in place, and I read these posts all the time on Instagram, how important boundaries are. Set a boundary, keep your boundaries up, establish your boundaries, blah, blah, blah. That was the way of the old, because all of us were so wounded that we needed some kind of space to recover and heal and know that we don't need the boundaries, that we are safe because we're no longer wounded. So that's the key. When there's boundaries, it's necessary so that you can heal from hurt and trauma and whatever happened to you. Because when they're not healed, they just keep reoccurring. When a wound doesn't properly heal, it tends to fester and just get all infected. No, I'm kidding. But you know what I mean? Like, so what happens when wounds aren't released and healed, then there's like, it becomes an energy block and the energy doesn't flow. Love is not able to flow between the two of you because of these energy blocks. So the boundaries can come down when you feel safe. And the only way that you're going to have safety in your relationship and in any relationship, and even in your relationship to the world, is when you create that safety. Say, for example, there is a video game, and I'm just going to use this as an example because I'm just going to use that as an example. So, you know, there's these monsters that are attacking you. And, you know, you want to shield yourself. So you create a shield. You create something that can protect you so that you're safe. Or you, in video games, you have like these magic potions that you can build your energy field to strengthen it so that you don't get affected by whatever you're being attacked with. So I'm just using this as a random example. So in saying that, you have the ability in real 3D to create safety for yourself, despite what's going on out there in the world. In your mind, in your world, in your space, and wherever you go, you can create safety just by using your thoughts. You can ask the universe for protection. You can ask Archangel Michael for protection. You can ask spirit guides, ascended masters. In prayer, you can build a space of safety for you and for your loved ones. So safety starts from within. So I say this as an example because you can build that safety in your twin flame connection so that you're not always on the defense, like trying to like avoid being attacked or feeling defensive. You can just create safety in your twin flame connection. I just really feel that was a message. The universe was giving me like really specifics. So safety comes first, and it starts off within. So I really love this because what it means, what's happening for you, is that as boundaries are dissolving, so are the walls that are between you. So that's positive. And we have, what does this say? Fearlessness, removing obstacles, right? I see this as union. Because as each obstacle is removed, you are closer and closer to union. Doesn't matter what your twin flame is doing. Your obstacles are being released because you are releasing the fears. And whatever happens to one twin flame affects the other. So when you're in this place of feeling safe and you're fearless, you're clearing the pathway to union, so that affects them as well, which means it's going to assist them in doing the same thing, letting go of their fears, removing obstacles in their path for you to be in union. So this is amazing. This is like the universe saying, you're on track, so it's really up to you how long it's going to take to get there. So your lives are coming back into balance, which is beautiful, because we really need to hear this message, because the illusion of what's happening out there can lead us to believe that the world is out of balance, the world is out of whack. But again, it's the illusion that is programmed into the video game of the Matrix to keep us believing that things are not right. But again, when we hold paradise within, we project that out into the world. So you being a paradise, you being in that vibration, high vibration of love and peace and harmony, you become a beacon of that love, peace, and harmony, and you project that everywhere you go by your thoughts, your actions, your feelings. So as you do this, you bring yourself into union and you help the planet align with union. Oh, what time is it? Okay, I'm almost done. Wait, no, I have 4 more. We have tenderness, true love, compassion. This is what's blossoming in your hearts. As you align and come into balance, you come into alignment with who you truly are, which is love. And you begin to really appreciate and fall in love with yourself, which will then mirror not only in your connection, but everywhere you go, you will feel that love. You will feel connected. Amazing. Then we have circle of eternal joy, tirelessness, dance of life. And this is 11. There's a number 11 there, which is twin flame. This is a union card. Tirelessness, dance of life. You and your twin flame have been in this dance of life since the beginning of time, and you stopped over here on Earth to see what was going on, to have a new adventure, to help the planet ascend. So you're still doing this dance of life, but one of you fell asleep and the other one is trying to wake the other one up. But you're like, I just want to press snooze. Summoning power, instinct, intellect, control. So I love this because this means like you're taking control of the thoughts. Or more importantly, you're not letting limiting thoughts limit you. So you are not letting limiting thoughts control you any longer. You're breaking free. This is freedom, which of course is what will, the energy that helps you to break free from whatever is holding you back. Because whatever is holding you back in any area of life is also what's holding you back from union. So this is all good. And eternal flame. So that's like twin flame card right there. It says sacred purpose, eternal flame, ancestral legacy. So you are actually a descendant of the ascended masters. You are in the lineage of the great masters. And so, however you're living your life and whatever you may be doing is your purpose, and you are living that sacred purpose in helping yourself and helping others on their journey. So you're like a torch bearer. You're holding the torch and you're passing the torch on to others to lead everyone back to source. Beautiful. Good job. Okay, so I think we got to everything. Yeah. Releasing constraints. We said that, right? And the number is 17. 1 plus 7 is 8, which is the infinity symbol for twin flame. So this has twin flame union all over it. So I'm so excited to see what's coming up for you in the extended reading, where we're going to have more specific messages that the universe is just like bursting to tell you. I can't even get enough words in because just so much for you to hear. And also, there's so much that your twin flame wants you to know that the earlier messages is just tip of the iceberg. So we're going to go in deeper with what they want you to know and what they can't tell you, which I've been assigned to because apparently I'm the messenger. So that's what I have for you. I love this energy. Please remember to comment about the whole temptation stuff and who out of you have been tempted and what's happening because of it. Like, I'm just so curious. I'm like, what? We're still going through that? And yeah, this is what happens right when you get close to the finish line. Temptation left and right. Things are going to pop up to really test how much you both want union. It's part of what we signed up for. So please feel free to join me over at the extended reading. But if this is where we leave off, thank you so much for your support in watching these videos, liking, subscribing, for following me on Instagram. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And to all of my clients, thank you. I am here. I get to do this because of you, because of your support and your love and your encouragement. I get to do this, which helps you and it helps me on my journey. So it truly is an honor to walk with you, each of you, on this journey back to oneness, wholeness, and love. So again, thank you so very much. And until next time, I'm wishing you all so much love and peace.